What's going on, everybody? It's Updog, the People's Envoy, with you again, and I just wanted to go over about 5 topics or so, the things that you might have missed or didn't pick up on. Thought it'd be important to point these out, so let's get started here. At first, you can see on the screen, our good old buddies invaders were countering Alpha Flight. Now, I did see like a 3-piece, like if you drop Iron Fist here, that would still work too, depending on how big your Bucky is. They did end up pushing out a fix for this, but I just thought it was pretty funny. We got the first 2 topics on the video are going to be about Alpha Flight. So this is the first one. I'll show you that they did fix it. What they did was they increased North Star's speed so that he goes first now, because in his passive before, somebody had to take a turn and then he would get additional speed like he has listed in his passive. So now he goes first. It's a lot better because of his ult. His opening ult is just devastating to a lot of teams. If you don't have Safeguard, then he can just wreck you. So I'll just show you real quick what happens now with the fix. And I will show you an instance where it did work before the fix. So here's after the fix. This is after the fix. What happens? North Star goes first. You just get destroyed. Now, before, Guardian was going first, and he was doing his ult right there. But now it's just, you just get destroyed when you use that team. So make sure you're not using that team now, because it is fixed. So here's the proof of that it did work before the fix. This is the 4-piece that I just used. Like I said, I've seen it work as a 3-piece as well with dropping Iron Fist, but it was basically Bucky's charges were not getting cleared, and he was just taking a million turns, so that's how it worked. But no working no longer. Make sure you don't use that. So the next thing is, even after these changes have been made with North Star, this team, Alpha Flight, can still be countered using a 4-piece out of time with no Black Knight, because Black Knight gets the charges. That's how he gets all of his retaliations. So it still can be countered with the 4-piece out of time. So I thought that was important to know. I will be updating my war counter graphic again, probably putting this team in there, but I'll walk you through how it goes. It's kind of a long match because that's just the nature of out of time. They basically wear you down until they can take their turns and knock you out. So this is a 400k punch up. And obviously they're going to take a bunch of turns to start because of Cosmic Ghost Rider's passive. And then Cosmic Ghost Rider swoops in. He stuns the Sasquatch. And Peggy's needing a heal here, so we're going to go ahead and heal her up. Give us all Safeguard. Since Sasquatch has Safeguard and Taunt, I'm just going to Taunt with my cap. And then we're going to ult here onto Sasquatch. Do a bunch of damage on him, get him into stealth. Now, this is a 3-diamond Wolverine we're going against, so you have to be careful. You got to kind of pay attention to the enemy Wolverine, because he can wreck you horribly. But, see, there goes Starbrand. We're going to bring him back here in a minute. All right, so we're going to get the we're going to get the stun on Sasquatch. And since Wolverine is a 3-diamond, we're going to kind of go after, blow that evade, so we can kind of go for him a little bit. Bring back Starbrand. We're going to try and strip that offense up off of him. Looks like it worked. We're going to try and stun him here too. There we go. Just because he's a big Wolverine. If he wasn't so big, I'd probably go after North Star over here. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go to North Star here, put an offense down on him. I'd like to do a flip right here, if I can. Ooh. Peggy almost died. Holy cow, that was close. See, you gotta watch out for that 3-diamond Wolverine. He is insane. Okay, we're gonna flip all that. That'll help. North Star is almost out of there. Okay, Sasquatch is out. That's good. Okay, North Star's out. Now we can just throw it on auto, target Wolverine since he's huge. If it's not a big Wolverine, you could probably target Guardian, because actually, you know what, I am going to do that. Get him out of there. There we go. Now we can go with Wolverine. He's always going to get that speed up from his basic. Here comes Starbrand to the rescue. All right, there we go. That's a good way to control him, is to stun him. That's about the only way you can control him. If you ability block him, he'll just heal up all the way, and then you're stuck in a loop, basically. Almost like an Old Man Logan loop. I wonder how that happened. Oh, 4 seconds left, and we made it. I haven't actually had that match go down to the wire like that. I've done quite a few tests, and haven't had that happen before. But there you go. That's how you beat it with the 4-piece at a time. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about a couple of Spider-Verse issues going on here. So, the first one is going to be... I had a video come out last week, I think it was, and showing basically in Room 5 in Crucible, the Hive Mind team, and even Sus, was reviving more than once. That was way... which is not working as intended. I did report this bug to the devs, so hopefully they're looking into it. Haven't heard anything yet, but just show you what happens here. So we go ahead, we go in here, Iron Patriot blows some people up, gets scroll down the first time. Okay. Namor's gonna wipe people out here on the ult. Okay, Red Goblin revives, Carnage revives, that's fine. I'm good with that. Everything's good. Even Red Goblin still has his charge, so he's gonna revive Gwenom. So I'm good with that. So Gwenom comes back, Red Goblin. Alright, so look, we have a revive on Skrull. We got a revive on Red Goblin again. We got a revive on Carnage again. This is totally messed up. So we're gonna go into Carnage here. Take him out. Oh, maybe, yep, there we go. Okay, so he revives again. That's revive number 2 for him. Skrull, I noticed he's got a revive again, so we're going to go ahead and kill him a second time. And I was so frustrated that he got the revive again. I'm like, I'm just going to stun him so he's not a problem. And kill him. So now we got to worry about this Red Goblin again, killing him a third time. It's just a big problem, so... Luckily I used Cabal there and I didn't have a problem with it, but... it could have been bad. Could have been, you know, a loss. I could have lost that Crucible round because of that. So I'm sure other people are experiencing the same thing. So pretty unfortunate. All right, so next up is going to be a Spider-Man Pavitr issue where in all modes I've noticed, this is a war match, but I've seen it happen in Crucible as well. So basically what happens is Pavitr, he uses either his ult or his special. He has a bunch of chain attacks on those abilities. And if he kills somebody, then he doesn't continue his chain. So let's take a look here. Alright, so I do a little bit of clips before and after for the devs, but here we go. Here's Pavitr's gonna go here. He's gonna hit that Greg, kill the Greg, and then he stops. That was only his second attack. That chain has at least 3 or 4. Something to be aware of as well. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was there was an inbox message that went out that had mentioned that some diamonds were going to not be added to the store. And basically, I think what their intention is going to be going forward is if there's ever a leaderboard like this one here for North Star or this one here for Sasquatch, if they have those kind of leaderboard events, we probably won't be seeing diamond upgrades in the store for those characters for, I would say, at least a few months, because obviously the spenders are going to spend to get that privilege to get the diamonds, and that way it just gives them more exclusivity. Unfortunately, I don't have the inbox message that said that, but I think that was missed by quite a few people. So just wanted to point that out. So there's been leaderboards for Penny, Pandapool, Dawkin, now North Star and Sasquatch. So just keep those in mind, that those diamond upgrades won't be available, I would say, for at least a few months in the store until they get added. I did let the devs know to please make sure to stick to a regular schedule for those. So We're not 6 months or 9 months down the road saying, hey, where's those diamond upgrades for docking or whatever. Once we get those 7 yellows in 4 to 6 months, people might be looking for those upgrades, especially on Penny, or because she's in a raid team and she's really good in Cosmic Crucible and War. Want to make sure you guys knew about that. Make sure that didn't slip through the cracks. But in any case, that's all I got for you today, and make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we will catch y'all in the next one.